Okay. So in our last class, we discussed some points to remember for correct spelling. Now we are talking about the continuation of which are the points we need to remember to frame correct spelling. Okay. So while making the correct spelling, we supposed to remember a few points. So that is what the concept we are discussing today. Right. So here is the first point. What is the first point?
A silent E is dropped when adding an ending that begins with a vowel.
Right. Right. Any one of you can read. Only one, not all together. Right. So I'll call the names. You just read as per your names, instructions. Right. So Ganesh, read it out. Ganesh is there. Okay, no problem. Then Daneta, read it out, ma.
Silent E is dropped when added an ending that begins with
Right.
a vowel.
Right. A silent E is dropped when adding an ending that begins with a vowel. Right? Good. So the examples. Just look at the examples. By then you will get a little bit clarity about it. So when a silent E is dropped when adding an ending that begins with a vowel. Right? So if you observe the examples here, there are the examples with ending of letter E. Okay. So there are the examples. They are ending with the letter E. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So are you able to see that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. So here you are able to see letter E ending. In the second example also you will be able to see letter E ending. Correct? So when a word is ending with the letter E, if you add an ending, right? If you add an ending, that ending begins with a vowel. So here we are adding the ending. Okay, ing. So we are adding the ending as ing. So what is the beginning letter here? Letter I. Okay, so letter I is nothing but vowel.
Vowel. A.
Right? So in a word, a silent E is dropped when adding an ending that begins with vowel. So the word ending with the letter E, and we are adding an ending. That ending is starting with a vowel letter, that is I. So in this case, we supposed to drop letter E from the spelling. So if you observe here, in the first example, advance, there is C after, there is E after C, correct?
Yes, sir.
But if you observe, after adding
Yes, sir.
an ending, the letter E already omitted, right? So from this word, advancing, the letter E has been dropped. The similar way, surprising, surprise. All right, so here the letter E has dropped and it became surprising. Okay, it became surprising. Understood? Is it clear? Right.
Sir.
Yes. Now, but kept when the ending begins with a consonant. But kept when the ending begins with a consonant. So the silent letter E is going to be dropped when we are adding an ending which start with vowel, right? So if it is vowel, we are dropping letter E. But if it is consonant, okay, if it is consonant, we should not drop letter E. Okay, we should not drop letter E. So this is exactly opposite point. So the silent letter will be remain same if the ending is begin with a consonant.
Consonant.
All right. So if it is vowel, we need to omit letter E. If it is consonant, we will keep the letter E same. We don't omit letter E. Okay. So just check out the example. Right. So just check out the examples. Advance. Right. So same example, if you observe here, advance, advance, right? So the letter E is there, same as in the first example, right? But the ending is different. So here we started with I, letter I, it's a vowel. But here we started with letter M. So the ending is different. So we added a different ending. So advancement. So if you observe here, the letter E remains same. Correct?
Yes.
So here the letter E remains same. We are not dropping the letter E. But if it is vowel, we're supposed to drop letter E. So you can observe here. This part, right? But here the letter E remains same. Now, the next example. Like. And
Yes.
we
Yes.
added ending started with consonant. So the ending started with consonant. So the letter E is not dropped and its been remained same. Okay, so likeness. So letter E is remained same. We are not dropped. We did not drop that one. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Next one. Unless the E is preceded by a vowel. Unless E is preceded by the vowel. So, if you observe here, in all cases, so if you observe here, so here the letter E preceded by consonant. Okay, so here also preceded by consonant K and C. Okay, if the letter is preceded by a vowel, unless the E is preceded by vowel, which means there should be two letter E's. Okay, in that case, it will be second ones. It will be omitted. So the first point is we need to drop letter E when we are adding an ending with beginning of vowel. In that case, we need to omit letter E. The second case, little opposite. If it is the vowel, we are dropping letter E. If it is consonant, we are not dropping letter E. That is the second point. The third point. What is the third point? Unless the letter E is preceded by vowel. another vowel. Okay. If it is preceded by another vowel, then we have to drop letter E. So see the examples. So if you observe here, the ending is letter E as usual, correct? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
The ending is same. But if you observe the previous letter, it is letter U. Letter U is nothing but a vowel. Okay. It's preceded by a vowel. Preceded. Okay. Letter E is preceded by a vowel. In that case, we are going to omit or drop letter E. So check it once. Argue plus month. Right? So here the letter ending is, the word ending is E, and before E is a vowel. That's why we are removing E here. Correct? So argument, no E here. We just omitted letter E. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Similar way, true plus ly. So we just added, yes, truly. So here also you can find the letter E omitted, correct?
Yes, sir.
So here also we omitted letter E. Simply is truly, T-R-U-L-Y. What the difference?
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. Drop the E. Drop the E when the word ends in DGE. Okay. So far we discussed only with letter E, correct?
Yes, sir.
So here if it is E and the ending with vowel, then ending with consonant, then E followed by, preceded by vowel. So we just talked about only E. Now drop the E when the word ends in DGE. So if the word ending is DGE, so we need to drop letter E. For example, judge, judge, right? So the letter ending is E, correct? Okay.
Smudge.
But yes,
Smudge.
yes, smudge, correct. So here, if you observe, judge. So in this word, the word ending is letter E. But if you observe the rest of the two words before E, it is DG. So this rule you are talking about, this rule. So if a word end with DGE, if a word end with DGE, then we have to remove the last letter E. So if you observe here, there is no E, correct?
Yes, sir.
So judgment, judgment,
Judgment.
yes, judgment. So E has been dropped. A similar way, the word ending is DZE, lodge, right? So the last letter E omitted in lodging,
Lodging.
right? So E has been omitted here. Okay. Understood all these points? So what is the first point here? Right? What is the first point? We need to drop silent E, letter silent
Drop.
E when you're adding a
Ing.
vowel beginning and the word
Ing.
ending with the letter E. So if a word ending with the letter E and if the beginning is the ending, the beginning is letter vowel, right? So if the beginning of the word is letter, it's a vowel, in that case we have to drop letter E. That is the first point. Second point, if the word ending is E, same way, but the word beginning is not a vowel, if it is consonant, in that case we have to keep the letter E the same here, right? The same, this is the point we discussed just now. Now, the third point, what's the third point? We need to keep the letter E unless if it preceded by vowel, right? So if it is preceded by vowel, then we have to leave the letter E. Okay, so argue and followed by vowel, preceded by vowel letter. That's why we just removed E. The last point of this point, this rule, drop the letter E when the word ends in DZE. Is it clear so far? All of you?
Yes, sir.
Any doubts?
No, sir.
Right. Right. So next point. Adding a prefix. Seelam changes the spelling of the word. Right? So adding prefix. So if you add any prefix to the word, right? So what is meant by prefix? What is meant by prefix? What is meant by prefix? At least tell me what is meant by suffix.
Suffix. No, don't know, sir.
Others? Uma Mahesh, do you know what is meant by suffix and prefix? Uma Mahesh. Uma Mahesh, are you there?
No, sir.
Uma Mahesh is there, I think.
No, sir.
Yeah, he is there. Hanish,
Sir, I don't know, sir.
you haven't heard even. Prefix, suffix, affixes and or affixes. No?
No, sir.
Right. So affixes means word, the letters which are adding to a base word. Affix, adding some letters to the base word called affixes. Okay, adding some letters to the base word, that is called affixes. Okay, so affixes are two types. Affixes are two types.
Two types.
Yes.
What are they?
Prefixes, suffixes. Affixes means adding some letters to the main word or base word, or simply we can say principal word also. Okay, so adding of letters to the principal word or main word is known as affixation, right? So affixes are two types, prefixes and suffixes. Pre, what is mean by pre? Postpone, prepone. Have you heard that? Say yes or no. Have you heard that? Postpone, prepone on that concept.
Yes, sir.
So what is mean by postpone or prepone? First tell me what is mean by postpone. So your examinations postponed, correct?
Delay, sir. Postpone means delay.
Very good, delay. So opposite to postpone is prepone.
Okay,
Right?
sir.
Yeah. So tell me what would be prefixes. Pre means before. Okay, in front. Prefixes means so word, some letters are word endings which are adding in front of the word. If you add some prefixes, right? So prefixes means adding some letters in front of the word. For example, known. Known is a word, right?
Yes, sir.
So known is a word. If you add any prefix, what is this?
Unknown.
Right? These are the first two letters known as prefix. Okay, these first two letters known as prefix. This word known, this word is known as principal word or main word. Okay, or base word. So we just added a prefix to the main word, principal word. Okay, we just
Okay, sir.
added a prefix to the main word or principal word or simply base word. Okay.
Okay,
Now,
sir.
so if you add a prefix, seldom changes the spelling of a word. So mostly it won't make any change in the word. So if you observe the example here, un plus known, unknown. Are you able to identify any difference here? Is there any change in the word? Un plus known, unknown. Spelling is same, right?
Yes, sir.
Right? So if you add any prefix to the word, most of the times, 99.9%, it won't change the word. Okay. So examples. So here you can see the examples, right? So whatever the word, whatever the letters in blue color, these are all prefixes. What are they?
Okay, sir.
Prefixes. These are all
Prefixes.
prefixes. The rest of the yellow color words, those are all base words. Right? So yellow color words are base words or main words. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Right. So those are all base words or main words.
Yes, sir.
Right. Now, so if you observe here, is there any change? Is there any change in the spelling? Misspelled. Spelled is same word. No change. Unnecessary. Necessary. Same word. No change. Next, dissatisfied. Satisfied. No change.
Dissatisfied.
Yes. Yes, Uma Masurao. Tell me. What's your doubt?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, per participation, what is the prefix, sir?
Participation.
Yes, sir.
Right. So generally we don't use any prefix to participation. He participated, he did not participate, like that. So for all words we can't add prefixes and suffixes. We will be able to add for few. Okay. So disintegrated, disinterested. Interested is the main word. So dis, we just added a prefix dis. Next, inform. Miss is prefix. Got the difference? Understood the concept?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now, Rishikesh, read it.
We form plurals in English by adding s or es.
Right. So in the spelling, generally, if you want to make plural of a word, what do? We'll add s or es generally, correct?
Yes.
So now, look at the examples.
Add.
So add es if a word ends in ch, ch, sh, sh, ss, sh, x, or z. So these are all word endings. What these are all?
Word endings.
Yes, these are all word endings. So if a word end with this one or this one or this one or this one or this one, in all these cases, what do you need to add? Es to the singular. By then you will be able to add plural. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So examples: arch, arches.
Yes.
Okay. So what is the ending here? Ch. In second one, sh. In third one, ess.
Yes.
Right. In the fourth one, x. In the fifth one, z. Okay. So whenever you are able to find all these endings, you need to add
Yes.
s to make plural. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Right. So if a word ending with any one of these endings, then you have to add es. That is what the rule. Okay. Understood this concept now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Next point.
Or words ending in a consonant plus y, change the y to I and add yes.
Right. So for words ending in a consonant plus y, right? If a word ending in a consonant plus y, change the y to I. We already discussed. If a word ending with y, letter y, and if the word ending is consonant, then it has to be changed as I. That's what we discussed. And add es. For proper nouns, keep the y and ending with wo, right? Ending with o, add es. Just look at the examples by the name.
Toys. Company, companies. Yes.
Okay. So now, if you observe here, the word ending is Y.
Y.
Right? So the word
Yes.
ending is Y plus,
Y.
yes. So the word ending in a consonant plus Y. Consonant plus Y. There are 2 points we need to keep in mind. Okay.
Yes.
So
Yes, sir.
here the word ending is Y, but before the letter Y, it is O. O is a
Vowel.
consonant, correct? O is a consonant, correct?
Yes, sir.
Correct. O
No,
is
sir.
vowel.
Vowel.
Don't forget that. A-E-I-O-U. Vowels. Rest of all 21 letters, consonants. A-E-I-O-U. 5 vowel letters are there in English language. Don't get confused. Right. So here, O is vowel. That's why the Y remained same. Okay, if it is consonant, then it will change as I. So now, just look at the examples, right? So in the first example, the word ending is Y, but before letter Y, there is a vowel letter. So we have to keep letter Y same. We can't
Y.
able to change it as I. Because if the Y preceded by a letter consonant, then only we have to change it as I. And we have to add ES to make the plural form. Right. So next,
Yeah, yes, sir. I understood.
yes. Next, company. Right?
Company is N is not a vowel, so sir. So that we mention companies.
Yes. Very good. Right. So here, the word company, the word ending is Y. The word ending is Y. But it is not preceded by vowel. It is preceded by a consonant. So when a letter or a word ending is Y preceded by consonant, as per this rule, we supposed to change the letter Y as letter I, as well as we have to add ES. We're supposed to add ES to make the plural form. So simply. So company. So the letter Y has been changed as I, correct? And we just added ES to make plural. Okay. Now, the next one. Kennedy. Right? So letter ending is Y and it preceded by a consonant. So it should be changed. It should be changed as per the rule. It should be changed as Y and we're supposed to add IES. But if you observe the second point of this same rule, for proper nouns, keep the Y and ending with O. Add ES. Okay. So now, here, Kennedy is a proper noun. So for proper nouns, we can be able to change. Okay, we have to remain the Y as usual and then S added. We just added S. Got it? Right. So if the word ending with O, in that case, if the word ending if the word ending is O, in that case we have to add ES. But here, what is the ending, word ending? What is the word ending? Y. Correct? So there is the word ending is Y. That's why we are not adding ES. We are just adding yes. Understood the difference? Right. Okay. So Kennedy is a proper noun. The word ending is Y. Okay. So the word ending is Y. Okay. And it's not end with letter O. It is Y. That's why we are just added yes. If it is O, then we have to add ES. Okay. Now, so same rule you can observe here. Tomato. Tomato is a proper noun. Correct? Tomato is a proper noun. So the word ending is O. Word ending is O. In that case, you need to add ES to make the plural. Word ending is O and it is a proper noun. That's why we are adding ES to the base word. A similar way. Hero. Heroes. Right? So word ending is O and it is a proper noun. Right? So we mentioned ES. We are added ES. The similar way. Go. Goes. Next, do. Does. Okay. Next, echo. Echoes. Like that. So this is the way how we supposed to modify, or this is the way how we supposed to make plurals by adding word endings to singulars. So there are two word addings to make the plurals, right? So we can add yes or es to the singulars to form plurals, right? Is it clear so far? Okay, so if you want to make any plural out of the singular, we can add either yes or es to the base word. Okay, so that too, these are the methods you're supposed to follow. For example, if the word ending with ch or sh or ss or x or z, in that case you have to add es to the singular to make the plural. So there are the examples we can understand easily. Then come to the second point. For word endings in a consonant plus y, if the word ending is y, it preceded by a consonant, then the y has to be changed as I, and then you have to add es to make plural. That is first part. The second part, for proper nouns, keep the y same. We should not change the y as I. It should be same. Y, and if the ending is O, if the ending is O, in that case, you need to add ES. Okay? In that case, you need to add ES to make the plural. So these are some points to remember while making the correct spelling. Is it clear so far? Yes or no? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Right.